We're cracking up because Axel picked our topic today literally with his mouth. And Stephanie just gave him some treats because he picked the topic food. The topic is food, what really nourishes. How's that treat tasting over there, Axel? Pretty good, huh? Oh, it's so cute.
Of all the topics, because we have a bunch in here. And then he proceeded to chew
adorable.
it. He proceeded to chew it. Got a little bite mark on the corner. I don't know if you can see it. A little bite mark. Wait. There we go. There, see?
Axel, you picked the topic food, but you weren't supposed to actually eat the topic food, even though it is food.
You're funny. You're such a funny guy. Yeah. No?
So this is one of my favorite topics, honestly, because I had so many interesting experiences with food throughout my life, of course. From my birth, where my mother used to set me up on the counter and put my bottle on a stack of dish towels, and I would have to turn my head to drink my milk because she was so busy with my other sisters. And when I learned how bad that is for you, I just cried because I was like, I would never got fed properly. And it caused a lot of stuff throughout my life that I learned about as I was healing. But I've had some of the most healing experiences with food, learning that it not only nourishes us physically, but it can also nourish us mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And I would be just so hard pressed to tell anyone how to eat. Any kind of formula for that is, to me, incredibly absurd. Axel will tell you about that. Axel's like, just everybody should eat hay.
Food.
Is that hay you're giving him?
That's hay, yeah. But he's picky. He's picky. He has to get the certain type. Like if it's got to be more green than the rest. So I have to hand pick and hand feed him. I don't know why every animal I get, I wind up hand feeding.
Hmm. So the healing aspects of food are something I'm super interested in. And one of my best friends is a chef, and she goes by the name Q. Her first name is Kathy, but she's always been Q.
Okay.
Yeah. I met her when I was like, I think 16 or 17. We were roommates. And she was Q then, and she's Q now. And Chef Q. And she is a great chef and worked for a very long time with trauma patients in a hospital, cooking for them, which was a great part of her learning in the healing effects of nourishing. And so we talk about that kind of stuff all the time together. It's really fun. I love it. And when my parents passed within a year of each other, I had just so much trauma. I just found out what I could do in every aspect to help myself get through it, because I was having difficulty eating. And some of it was grief, because my body was processing through grief. Mm-hmm. So I heard that sometimes it can come up and out of you because your body can't really contain all the grief.
Yeah.
And sometimes that comes out the other end, which I was really glad that didn't happen to me, but it's either one is terrible. But I got into some really grounding foods like root vegetables and potatoes, and it really helped me kind of get myself back down to earth again. And then some things that really truly healed me, like wild blueberries and things like that, I started eating pretty regularly. So it was life-changing for me at that point. I was like, oh my God, they saved my life, literally.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's very personal. I would never tell anybody what to do. I mean, there's so many things out there. God knows what to eat. you know.
I know. I know. When I was growing up, I was so picky. I remember sitting in front of a plate of peas with my aunt 3 hours because she refused to give in. And I refused to give in. I sat in front of that thing for like 3 hours until I must have eaten a couple peas, and then she gave in. But I remember she would not let me move from that table until I ate some of it. I had a thing about green. I don't know why.
Yeah, yeah, that's so funny. So you kind of won that battle, huh?
I kind of did, I guess. Yeah. But but
That's awesome.
yeah, I wasn't into the healthy stuff. I was into the desserts mainly. First thing I would look on the menu would be desserts. Forget about the food.
Hmm.
And I was very limited: hamburgers, pizza, Italian food, maybe. Very limited. And then I don't know what happened. It just expanded out. And when I got older, after college, maybe it was the lab that I worked in. They used to go out, and I just kind of expanded my repertoire through them, I guess. And so now I don't really do the desserts as much, and I'm more into like the food. But back then, I could skip meals for like 2 days, and it wouldn't bother me. Um,
Yeah.
and I still sort of do that. I do one meal a day, really. I can't do three. I never could. Two maybe, but I've screwed up my metabolism so much over the years from skipping meals. So
Hmm.
now if I don't eat for a week, I don't lose any weight. So
And I think that, this 3 meals a day thing, and it's so interesting because, or especially bringing in eggs and meat for breakfast was very much during the Industrial Revolution. They were trying to get these things sold. Um, and there's just fascinating history that everyone can look at and discover. And my thing again too is if you're hungry and you need 5 meals a day, you can do that. You can do whatever
yeah,
you want. It's just the notion that you don't have to follow one size does not fit all when it comes to food. The other thing is just how great fruit is for us. And it gets so demonized, that it's bad and it's sugar and it's one of the best things for your brain.
yeah.
And like you said, as a child, you sort of gravitate towards the sweet. And I think that's like one of the best things you can feed your children. Their developing brains need that. Um, Easy water is a word for it. It's like a different type of water that you're getting from fruit. It's like what do I want to say? Like a gelatinous water. So there's all these different forms of water that we get. And then there's like steam and air. And we're absorbing water in so many different ways that we will be discovering, but we don't know, you know. So drinking water from a tap unfiltered is
Never
just
did.
not a good thing to be doing for sure.
We didn't do that. But I do remember drinking those water fountains at school. I didn't like water anyway, but like on the rare occasion that I was like,
Look, you
parched,
get thirsty.
yeah, to think that we did that.
And it tasted like shit. Some of them I was like, oh man, what is this? Yo, no,
Yeah.
not
Or
good, not a good
in a
look.
park, they had the water fountains at the park too, that everybody used, and the birds probably used as a bird bath.
Yeah, yeah, they still have them down at the river here in the
And look,
city.
we're
It's
fine,
hilarious. Like,
survived it, right?
yeah, nobody died. We're good.
So,
Really okay. Not gonna kill you.
yeah.
Oh my God. I know. So I love food. And then of course, getting anything from a garden is absolutely incredible. I can't really say that I'm doing that in the city, but we do have the farmers market, so that's where I gravitate towards. Pretty amazing.
I wanted to do a
Um,
hydroponic garden because I figured that would be a good way to like get him his, you
mhm.
know, vegetables and stuff. But I'm
That's like
like,
a dream of
I gotta
mine.
clear out some of my apartment first so I can make room for it.
The
Not gonna
last
fit.
thing I need is like a garden in here too. I've got my fake leaves up here.
Yeah,
But yeah,
me too.
I love the
Wow.
idea. Those are pretty, I see. Yeah, I love that idea because it's like, God, just the ability. And of course, I had friends who had gardens when I lived up in the mountains, so they would bring me their bounty, and it was just
Yeah.
like so glorious. And the way you feel when you eat that
Oh,
is like you feel like you could lift up a Mack truck. You're just like, "Rah." I do anyway. That's how I get. when I eat that stuff. It's just, it's got life force in it, and it's very
And
alive.
with a big V on it, like vegetable girl.
Da, 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 da. Ah, it's amazing stuff. Right. Axel knows. This is why I get along with Axel really well, because he knows. It's all about that green stuff.
Yeah.
Do you like greens now?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you
Yep.
do.
Yeah, funny. It's so strange. And then it was weird. My mother used to eat like she used to like everything with few exceptions. But as she got older, she got very picky too. So it was weird. We did a role reversal somehow, you know. But I don't know. I think as you get older, your sense of taste changes, and
Mhm.
this it just comes with age. I think, you know.
I really,
So
I do want to recommend this because I just listened to like a 3-part series on food with Jacqueline on oraclegirl.org, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. And one of the things that really made me think of, because she kind of covers the gamut from like fruitarianism to vegetarianism to breatharianism or whatever this,
mhm,
I mean, it's crazy. People are doing all kinds of amazing things, but what she said is really, it's not about getting, this is something that stuck with me, was that it's not about getting like to that point so that you become that thing, like
mhm,
I'm going to be a vegetarian.
mhm.
It's like, it's really a natural evolution that just sort of happens to you. And she said, when it happens, it's almost 99% of the time it'll change again, because the whole nature of life has changed.
Mhm.
So you might not even stay vegetarian or breatharian. You might go back to eating. You might go back to eating meat. Um, it's so cool. And it just made me feel so free when I heard that, because I was like, oh, I can eat whatever I want. This is amazing. Not that I don't really do that anyway.
Yeah.
But it really helped me in this sort of sensation that I could gravitate towards what I want. Whether that's like something that might be considered really weird, like an eggplant for breakfast. And in fact, this is really funny because one of my really close friends, um, another best friend, I hate best friend, that I hate that term because I just
Mhm.
love people. She's really a great friend, and I lived with her for a while out west, and she used to make eggplant in the morning. And I would get up and be like, what are you making? That smells amazing. Because of course she's just pouring on the olive oil and some butter. It just like smells amazing.
Sounds good. Yeah.
It was delicious. And she got me thinking in so many different ways of how to eat or what to eat for breakfast.
Weird things for breakfast. I've had Indian food for breakfast,
Love it.
um, Chinese food for breakfast.
Yeah.
You know, it's like whatever you're in the mood for. I don't know if like my whole stretching out there, huh? Just with the lack of sleep, that I have no timetable right now. So it's like whatever I feel like eating, it's like okay, yeah, whatever.
That's really cool. I think that might be part of our evolution we're going through right now too. The lack of sleep and the time frame changing. And then it's like you're going to be eating differently because of that. And that's just a natural thing. It should be. I like some salad and mashed potatoes in the morning. That's like my jam. It's like whatever, works.
Oh,
Mashed potatoes go great with a cup of coffee.
yeah, what's wrong with mashed potatoes? You have hash browns, right? Same thing.
Yeah. It's
Just
just the way of thinking.
warm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
And then you get off the whole idea of thinking, oh my God, I have to do things 3 meals a day. I have to do this way. Or if
I,
I'm not
I
eating,
can do lunch at work. Really, it slows me down. I feel like I feel so heavy, and then with the stress at work, I feel like it just sits there and it doesn't really digest right. So I'm like, I'd rather have something like a light snack or whatever, and then eat a nice dinner where I can
that's
relax.
that's awesome. Yeah. I used to feel that way too, because then you're so tired halfway through your day.
Yeah.
And I think things shift, when we get proper sleep. All these things play into the factor of nourishing and nurturing. And one of the things I'm learning the most is the quiet time, and meditating is an incredible way that we actually feed
Which
ourselves.
I think a lot of people are gonna have a hard time with that because if you look around, everybody I feel like everybody needs to be doing something. They feel like they need to be doing something. They can't sit still and just be quiet,
Hmm.
and I think that's, if you can get past that, it'll make things a lot easier, I think. But I think people are still caught up in that. It's like, you know,
Yeah, well, I think, I was talking to a really good friend of mine, again, another one. I have some good friends. Um, she has retired. I used to work with her. What?
there's there.
Oh man, yeah. Funny friend.
Yeah.
Um, she's retired and she just started meditating. And she's like, I just love the way it's making me feel. And I'm so
Cool.
excited about that because I'm like, that's so cool. Because again, it just naturally evolved within her.
Yeah.
Um, she's like one of the most amazing people I know. Um, but she is not into this God thing at all. But she loves this, and this is, in my opinion, the same as
Yeah.
that. So it's so cool because it is pure love entering into your body. And the fact that she's feeling so good is showing you how available that is to all of us right now. So I think that's the thing. And it is a nurturing, it is a way to nourish and feed our spirit, soul, body, and physicality as well. They talk about this thing called manna from heaven,
Mhm.
and I love the feeling of being quiet because I actually taste it is like feels like eating to me. I've had this experience a couple times in my life, and now I'm very aware of what it is, and I love it. It is weird. It is like you do feel like you've eaten something.
Cool.
Hmm. Cool experience, and then there's just damn good food.
Yeah, the comfort food that makes you feel good.
Love
When you
that
have
too.
a day or whatever, it's feeding you spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So, you know,
Like a good soup day.
French
Yeah,
onion soup.
yeah. I had some of that today. So good.
I
Yeah.
think that's one of the few soups I can eat. Not a big soup fan.
No, I like carrot dill soup. I like to make that. It's really good.
Uh-oh. Might
Oh,
have to that one.
Axel, I promise I'll make it for you.
Really? There you go. That's why you get along.
Whoa, yeah. That's some real love right there. Carrot love.
Yep.
He feels my vibe. So we'll explore this again too, because food is cool and it's changing, and I think we're gonna
Oh,
see
yeah.
some really,
And it's going to be clarified now.
yeah, there's been a lot that's been done to our food also. So we didn't really get into that, and that's kind
Oh,
of gross. We don't need to carry that
yeah.
on, but
Because I was just at the supermarket the other day and I was pulling out and putting back pretty much every ice cream that I was looking at when I was reading ingredients. And I'm like, nope, nope, nope.
listen, and I know there's people out there who are grieving Skittles, but like they have been outlawed now in California as a food that is not good for human consumption. Oh my God. Now, I don't know if people know that they were outlawed in other countries before and they were still whipping them out over here in the States.
That's
But if you
funny how California, the state that is,
well, it's
you
just,
know what I mean, but that they would outlaw it before any other state.
hey, it's their job, it's their duty, I think,
I
at this
guess
point. But I feel sorry if anyone's
one thing, right?
grieving, the loss of Skittles. I feel your pain. I'm sorry. You were never eating the rainbow, though. That was not happening with that. No. But so that's really scary, though, when you think
Yeah.
about what that actually implicates. And it's just us not paying attention and not reading ingredients. We used to joke about it. I had, friends I worked with who were like, hey, pass me my soda. I need my yellow fives and my red sixes.
Oh man.
I mean, we used to joke because we
Yeah.
thought it was funny, but it's like, do you really know what you're eating when you're eating yellow five, yellow
I know.
six? Very
Yeah, and I'm
dangerous to the
working on that.
body.
I'm still working on that. It's hard for me, but
And I hope
that's
some of that will get changed because there are ways to make, these things. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be without.
I'll stick to my cognac.
She's going to get a little cognac on and So if you're grieving these things, we got your back. And I do think we will want to talk about this again at some point. So we'll keep this on the thing.
Like the change is going to be, baby steps, increments.
Yeah.
Not going to be like shut it down overnight. I think it's going to be gradual. It's going to be fun.
It will. And I don't think anyone's going to be too shocked. And again, we don't have to be too hard on ourselves either and be like, you have to eat this way. There's no this way. You're you, do you. You'll figure it out. You'll figure out what works for you. And, somebody might need to eat an entire tree of bananas. Other people are going to want some steak. It's all good. Not for everybody. And it's definitely not a one size fits all.
Yeah, we should be embracing everybody's differences, and we shouldn't be pigeonholing anybody. So whatever you do, I do me, and we'll be fine. We'll meet in the middle.
Yep. And I don't know how Axel will feel if you don't like carrots, but he'll probably still be friends with you. Right, Ax?
I could do carrots and I could do banana. He's more into banana than carrots. It's funny, rabbits like bananas more.
Oh, bananas are like one of my favorite foods too.
Crazy.
All right. I think when I was like 6 years old, I had to fill out this thing and I said I wanted to be 8 feet tall and eat bananas. I was like, that was my goal. I was like, what was I going for?
That's
to become a
another
gorilla?
Yes, no, the giant.
Oh.
Adelaide and a giant. There you go.
We'll have to put that in as a topic. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
So on that note, everybody have a great, I don't know, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Have a great meal. Enjoy your everything and enjoy your quiet time, because that's another meal. And of course, beverages. We'll have to get into that at some point too.
Cheers.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.